Sometimes I wish I could step back because it hurts. It hurts to be turned into a figure for mockery and a symbol of loathing for these far-right groups.
I've struggled with suicidal ideation in my past as well. And I was at the point where I didn't feel like I wanted to keep living either, because all of the people that I cared about were taking their own lives.
If I knew then what I know now, I would have had so many more heart-to-heart conversations with my children about the online world, about people, about relationship building, about trust and communication.
Fae Johnstone, Maddie Freeman, and Carol Todd know firsthand the human toll time spent online can have. In October 2012, 15-year-old Amanda Todd took her own life a month after posting a 9-minute video on YouTube using flashcards to tell her story as a victim of cyberbullying and online sexual exploitation.
I actually didn't know what was going on until the RCMP showed up at my door, right? Telling me that there had been a call and that they were doing a child safety check. And that was the evening that Amanda's offender had posted her image out to the world to get back at her for not sharing more images and not doing videos as he was telling her to, so the threats. Her offender threatened her that if she didn't send more pictures or videos for him, he would put her picture out on the World Wide Web. And so he did. After that, when I became aware of it and attempted to have conversations with my daughter, she, being a teenager, was embarrassed, right? And she didn't want to talk about it. And then eventually, when she was re-threatened again by this person, she came to me, and then I realized with Facebook was one of the platforms that her offender used, how difficult it was. I couldn't find the report button because there wasn't one. I couldn't find a phone number. I couldn't find an email address. I couldn't find anything.
In the 12 years since Amanda took her life, the number of social media platforms has exploded, with the digital advisory group Kepios reporting that by July 2024, there were over 5 billion social media users around the world. Billions of users and countless hours being spent online. Maddie Freeman was one of those users. At 12 years old, she struggled with depression and anxiety.
So at that time, I didn't realize how much social media was negatively impacting me until I got to high school and I saw some pretty extreme experiences from my peers. I lost many friends to suicide throughout my years of high school and to college. To see my whole community in shambles because we just kept feeling like these deaths were never going to end. So for me, the only antidote to being able to continue on and feel okay with myself was to take action. I knew that something needed to be done about this.
Maddie founded No So November, a global advocacy movement aimed to get teenagers offline in November and provide educational tools to empower teens when they are online. Women, children, vulnerable, and Indigenous communities all experience higher rates of online abuse and cyberbullying, according to Statistics Canada. Transgender woman and activist Fae Johnstone was not prepared for the online abuse she began experiencing as her advocacy work increased.
The piece of that was hard was that no one knows how to support or help. And so you're seeing something that you didn't expect. It's about you, it's personal and it's targeted. And you don't have anyone to tap in to say, hey, like, this is really rough. This is also something that a lot of people don't see because it happens online, and it's you mob somebody's Twitter mentions, and not everyone around me is seeing that. So it would happen to me almost in this silent little corner that is very personal to me, but that's not necessarily getting seen by anyone around me. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, and I have a hard time. I'm a strong, proud, happy, confident human, but it does. You internalize all of that hate when you see it all of the time. And you see also what it does to your community. I have parents of trans kids who are scared to speak out about what's going on for their children because they know the risk is higher for them to be targeted because they see what happens to me.
There's always concerns about safety, about cyberbullying, online abuse. I think teens are very aware of these problems, but the problem is that social media has become so ingrained into our world and into our social circles that we feel trapped on the platforms. A lot of teens struggle to find a healthy relationship with social media because everyone else that they're connected to is on it and using it actively.
I never thought that a predator from across the waters, like in another country, would come after my child. But the internet has no boundaries. There's no door, like the front door of your house anymore when it comes to being online. So people can come from all over the world and appear in your house through the online world.